respect the flag. That's all I can say.
Alright, sorry about that, people. Had to record again. I had the microphone off again, and I had it all done. Okay, this is about the China virus, but not the deaths from it, because I think the deaths are way over exaggerated, which you will find out. This is about the cost to individuals, families. This could all pretty much be verified. You have, when the lockdown came, everything shut down. Mental health, AA, the Al-Anon meetings, any substance abuse meetings, anger management meetings, depression, women that have just had babies and they suffer from post, terrible, now I can't remember what it's called, and a minute ago I did. Come on. Anyway, the women know what I'm talking about. And all that gets untreated. Cancer. You know, let's say a lab is sitting on 2,000 samples, tissue samples. 20 of those have cancer. By the time those would be processed and the person notified, the doctor notified, and down the line, that cancer, they might be like, well, sorry to say, if we could have caught this cancer, you know, a month ago, 2 months ago, we could have saved you. But just think of all the cancers that went, not just cancers, not just mental health, and substance abuse. Other diseases that went undiagnosed. You have people now that are afraid of going out because they have this thing so blown out of proportion, and people are paranoid. I haven't seen this much paranoia, like, in my lifetime, ever. I think during that I don't remember. You go back during the Cuban Missile Crisis, that was pretty much a panic situation there. And in the 50s, after the nuke and all that. But anyway, this isn't really about that. So you have all the diseases, all the substance abuse, child abuse, spousal abuse, whether it's a woman hitting the man or the man hitting the woman. You know, it goes both ways, and people know that. It doesn't matter whether you're on the left, right, or center. If you watch my videos, you know what side I'm on. I'm on American side, USA. That's what I stand for, and that's what I served, the United States of America, when I went in the military, as well as my son, my stepdad, uncles, brothers, one brother. But anyway, so much came to a stop in the medical field. Children, you know, they have to be able to see their friends. They have to be able to go to school. All that came to a stop. So the harm that the last year and the next few months has and will be causing this country is just ridiculous. That people lost their jobs. How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay my rent? They can't pay the rent, so the government says, okay, we're going to step in and say no evictions. Okay, that protects you from getting evicted. Some people will abuse it, some can pay the rent, some can't. Okay, the landlord, he didn't get any relief. He still has to make that mortgage payment. So the banks aren't going to help him, so now he's stressing because he can't make his mortgage payment on the building that you're renting from him because you can't pay the rent. So the whole system really isn't fair. I mean, yeah, if you own a big apartment complex and you're worth a shitload of money, okay, yeah, you can afford to have people not pay the rent for, you know, a period of time, and then as soon as it's over and done with, you can evict them if they don't start paying. Yeah, you're screwed, but if you have, you know, big money, you can handle a little problem. all the manufacturing that shut down. The economy was the best it's ever been in history. It took a hit, but it didn't take a hit as bad as what they said it was going to happen. That's because we had such a strong economy. You have a strong economy, the economy can take a hit. It took a hit, and it was doing good, and it's coming back, but unfortunately, the next shutdown will, 100,000 businesses gone permanently, close the doors permanently. Think about that. All the employees, the people who own that business. I put my house up for that business. I lost my business, which means I now lose my house. And people never see any of that. But I just want people to think about that effect of the China virus, COVID-19, Corona, whatever you want, the Wuhan virus, where it came from. And you got to remember, China said that our army took it over there and released it. And it's like, well, no, it came from one of your labs. Then they said animals. I don't know. Everybody keeps, China. What are you gonna do? They keep changing their mind. But anyway, the point is nobody looks at all the stuff I just pointed out: the mental health, substance abuse, diseases that went undetected, treatments that people didn't go in because they couldn't go for the treatment. The people that are so paranoid they're not leaving their home, and they need to go to the doctor because there's something wrong with them. Especially if they catch the corona and they're elderly or they have underlying conditions. That's who's at risk. I'm at risk. I have heart problems and some lung issues. The lung issues aren't that bad. Well, I don't think my heart problems are that bad either, but that's just a matter of opinion. See, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Come on now, that's funny. But anyway, I just want people to look at just the effect, not from death, but the effect that all this is having, and including the deaths, because people can't go to, for a while people couldn't bury them, couldn't go to a funeral, church. The religious freedom that isn't there. In Michigan, churches still can't be open, or they're still doing it virtually. So the effect on religion, a lot of people hold their religion to heart. They go there weekly to church. I'm not talking about the Bible thumpers, the ones that use religion for their own benefit, or they don't practice what they preach. I don't want to get into religion. But the religion, people of faith, they have to have that. They have to hear that minister, that preacher. They have to hear that. That's part of their well-being. All of that came to an end. So sit back and look. Watch this video 2 or 3 times if you have to, because I rattle on too much. But look at all of the effect, not from death, but look at the effect this plague, this virus, has had, not just the world, because you know what? I'm not really concerned about the rest of the world. I'm concerned about our country, our people. That's who needs to be first. I agree with President Trump on that. Some stuff I didn't agree with him, but I agree with him on that. But anyway, look at the virus, the causes, what happens to all the lockdowns that have done. So I guess you could say this was about the virus and about lockdowns. I'm not saying anything about lockdowns work, whether they do or don't. That's a whole nother video which would be taken down. But anyway, look at all of the effects this virus has had, but not the side of the death. Now, everything I just mentioned. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't, so far I've had 1 thumbs down for my AK-47 video. See my hat there? Make sure you can see it real good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the little B in the corner if you want to subscribe. And I appreciate your time. There we go. One quick thing at the tail end here. Think about you have a loved one, one of your kids, brother, sister, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, parents, grandparents, and they're dying of something. And then the lockdown happened, and now you weren't able to go see that loved one. Even though you already knew ahead of time they were dying, now you can't be there with them when they die, holding their hand, hugging them. Then no funeral. You can't have a funeral. Just think about that, people. That's all I can say is just think about stuff like that. Not that I want to depress anybody, but just think about everything I said in this video. Watch it more than once if you have to.